exciting. Welcome back to Elemental Yoga Therapy. All right. Hi. Say hi if you fancy it in the chat. Let me know, where you are or who you are and that you're practicing. It's nice to know that there's some other people out there. This is where you may have seen me before. I started all of the online yoga journey here in this house, and I am back here now for the next couple of months. So this is where you're going to see me from. My name is Charlie. For anybody that is new, I am a mental health therapist, a yoga teacher, and a yoga therapist. So this is an elemental yoga therapy class that MoreYoga have on the schedule, which is awesome. It's similar to yoga therapy, but it just uses the elements as a medium to understand emotional, physical, and mental imbalances. So yoga therapy is, it's not that standard yoga, whether that be rocket or really dynamic yoga, doesn't help your mental health. Of course it does. But yoga therapy is specifically designed and applies the elements of yoga therapy to certain imbalances. So there tends to be a focus. So we're really applying and putting everything, weaving everything together to help build that mental health resilience. So there's a bit more of a focus to it. So elemental yoga therapy uses the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space, or spirit. And we use these elements and we apply the kind of more obvious qualities to those elements, like the earth is very nurturing, very grounding. Water is a bit of a shapeshifter, it's very determined, it gets to the certain nooks and crannies of certain things. Fire is purification, transformation, all of those sort of things. So we apply the qualities of those elements to be able to work on something that we might be all dealing with. So this class is to help you build some resilience, to help yourself in this crazy time at the moment. So today we are working on an earth and water sequence, and we are going to be working on gratitude and internal respect. So understanding and trying to narrow what we're grateful for at the moment, because our worlds are quite confined and constrained. So we need to go back to basics and remember the simple things and what is out there that we love and how we can respect our bodies. So hi, and let's get started. So we are going to start lying down on our backs because we're doing an earth and water sequence. So come to lie on your back, and you're going to have your knees bent and your feet grounded on the floor. So knees bent, feet grounded on the floor, lying on your back. Ideally we've got socks off now. But you can't, a lot of people like to keep them on, but we've got socks off ideally because we really need to use the feet muscles to help activate some of the pressure points in the body during an earth class. So we're on our backs, the knees are bent. You can do what you want for a minute with the knees, so just find a comfortable position. Maybe you want to kind of push the heels slightly further out, turn the toes in and bring the knees together, or maybe you're okay with just the knees kind of hovering up in the air. But we're just going to come through our intro, our grounding meditation and our grounding breaths before we come into more of the movement part of the class. So relax your body, try to lengthen through your neck and your spine and bring your hands onto your belly. So just rest one hand on top of the other. Maybe start with the eyes open, maybe close them straight away, maybe just take in your surroundings. Kind of really enjoy this feeling of there's something really grounding about just lying on the floor and looking up, this kind of surrendering feeling, this childlike nature. So just embrace this moment where you're actually stopping from what you've been doing for the rest of the day or what you've done so far. You're taking a moment for yourself just to reset. Now let's close the eyes, turn off that sense. Reduce that external stimulation for a little while. And eventually we're going to come into our belly breaths. So our belly breaths are an earth breath. But we'll take a few grounding breaths to start with. So let's lick the lips. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth, breathe out. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, breathe out. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, breathe out. Good. You can take a few more of those if you want. Or if you're ready, we're going to start to just try to breathe in and out through the nose. So the mouth is just softly closed, lips together. Eyes are closed, body is still. And try to find this regular rhythm of the breath coming in and going out. In and out. So just keep that going in your own time. Grounding breaths. You want to try to start to focus the breath coming from the belly rather than from the chest. If there's a lot of stress in the body, a lot of anxiety in the body, it can actually take a little bit longer to find a belly breath. We can maybe be breathing too far up in the chest. That's normal if there's things that are bothering you. So take your time, don't panic, just take your time to find a belly breath. It'll get there eventually. You're just puffing the belly out as you breathe in. And no effort, let it fall as you breathe out. Puffing it out as you breathe in. And letting it fall as you breathe out. We're going to stay here for a little while, so just, if you can, try for me to focus just on this belly breath as I talk you through some of the parts that we're going to be focusing on mentally and emotionally. So just try really hard to keep this breath nice and strong, nice and regulated. Let's take our focus to what it means to be grateful. What does gratitude really mean? It's something that we feel proud of, we feel happy and pleased that we have access to it, or that it's something that we possess in ourselves, a quality that we have, or maybe it's a situation, a person, an environment, a surrounding, a job. It can be many, many, many things. Nature, a loved one, many things that we just feel really grateful for, really happy that we have in our surrounding, in our playground of this world. So I want you to just take a few breaths as you're still with these grounding breaths. I want you to take a few moments to just really start to tick through these things that you're grateful for at the moment. What are they? What are those things in your life that you're grateful for, even amongst all this craziness? Keep having a think through those elements of your life that you're grateful for. Keep those belly breaths. We need to take a little bit of time here with these belly breaths to actually get the benefits that this prolonged, extended breath can create for the nervous system, and the effects will continue with you through the day, through the week. It's just like exercise. This is exercise for your breath, for your nervous system, for your immunity. And before we start to come into our asana, our movement part of yoga, I'd like you to, for just one last focus in your mind, to think about what respect to yourself means to you. Are you respecting yourself and your body at the moment? Is there something else other than this class, the fact that you should be proud that you're here, you're building resilience for yourself, you're giving yourself some time, but are you giving yourself the respect that you deserve at the moment? The break, the rest that you deserve? Alright, let's start to come into the movement, get some energy flowing through the body. Let's reach those arms above our head and take a big stretch out through the torso and the arms. Nice big breath in, maybe even a yawn. And a breath out. Good. All right, let's bring the hands interlaced behind the head. So you're just resting your head on your hands. Try and push your elbows nice and wide. They might not reach the floor. And then let's bring our legs to hip distance. So feet want to be parallel, facing forward, heels towards the bum. And then let's bring the heels together. So ankles, knees, legs touching. Good. Take a breath in and drop your knees to the right, all the way down to the floor, or as far as the floor that they get to. Nice big opening in the left side body. And then come back to the center and go straight to the left. Try to ground your middle back as you come up through the center. Inhale as your legs are over to the left. And then exhale, bring them up and over to the right. Keep trying to push that middle back into the floor as you come up through center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, up and over to the left. Inhale to the left. Exhale, up and over to the right. Inhale to the right. Exhale, up and over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Good. Now your middle back is probably lifted and arched. Try to flatten your whole back into the floor and then heel toe your feet to hip distance. Release your hands, lengthen your neck as you lift up your head and then place your head down. Hands come by your hips, fingertips towards your heels. I want you to spread your fingertips wide and push them into the floor. This activates the back of the arms. Now you're going to peel up into a bridge, so you're going to lift your hips into the air and push your feet into the ground. Good, then come back down. Let's connect the breath. Inhale, lift those hips up. Exhale, come down. Try to keep the feet and the hands grounded. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up and hold it up there. Squeeze those glutes. Push your big toes into the floor. Your big toe is the last pressure point of the stomach, and the stomach organ is connected to earth, our gut, our emotion, our grounding sensation. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those big toes. Big breath in. Exhale, we come back down to the floor. Good. You're going to extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Flex through your right foot and bring your hands onto the back of your thigh. Good. Water element is down the back of the hamstring. So let's stretch out that stress from the back of the hamstrings. If the leg is shaking, the leg is shaking. Good. Big flex through that right foot. And then place it back down. We do the other side. Left leg comes up. We hold the back of that thigh. We flex up through that foot. Feel that nice big stretch down the hamstrings. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Place it down. Roll to your left hand side and then just push yourselves up. Come to sit cross-legged or in some kind of comfortable seat, facing the top of your mat. Now you're going to reach your arms up to the sky. Big breath in, reach both arms up to the sky and then hold it there for me. Hold those arms above your head. Nice big stretch. Nice little, getting a little bit warm now. We're moving through the warm-ups. I'm taking off my big jumper. Big, big stretch. Still stretching, still stretching. Inhale. Exhale. Good, and release. We're going to just take a twist. So you're going to twist to the right. Hands are on your shoulders. Twist your left shoulder forward, your right shoulder back. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Other way. Twist left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come back to the center. We're going to come to tabletop. So you're just going to swing your legs around and come to hands and knees. So come onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingertips wide, knees hip distance apart. And then you're going to really engage your core, lengthen your back, look at your thumbs. We're going to drop the belly, come through our cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the shoulders back, look up. Good, nice and juicy this one. Exhale, pull the belly in, look through your thighs. Really get into this one. Inhale, belly down, shoulders back, look up. Exhale, squeeze that pelvis in, tuck that tailbone, lengthen, look forward, look through the thighs. Inhale again, belly down, look up. Exhale, squeeze belly in, look through the thighs. Good, flat back. Left arm comes to the sky, reach it up, 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 breathe in. Exhale, thread it underneath you. Come onto your left shoulder and your left ear. Good. You're going to hold it here. You can walk your right hand a little bit further to the top of the mat. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Walk your right hand back in a little bit. And then use your right hand's strength to lift your left arm back up to the sky. And place it down. Good. Right arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Thread it underneath you. Come onto your right shoulder and your right ear. Hold it here. You can walk that left hand forward again. Try to keep your elbow lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bring that left hand in. Push off the left hand. Right arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Place it down. All right. Let's come into our downward dog. So tuck the toes. Peel those hips up to the sky. Come into your downward dog. Nice. Big stretch through those hamstrings. Engage the lower abdomen so you feel a nice kind of stretch and tautness in the skin in the lower abdomen. Good. If you need to move, if this is your first down dog of the day, just take a few movements. So wiggle those hips, lift up those heels, pad out the hands, bend the knees. Do what you got to do. Take a few more breaths here. Good. One more. You've got it. Nice. Look forward. Walk your feet to your hands. So walk to the top of the mat. Feet want to be hip distance. And then let's enjoy this nice forward fold. Relax that head. Activate your big toes. Soft bend in the knees. Heavy head, heavy arms. Nice big breath. Let's open the mouth side out. Slowly we come to standing. We're going to take 7 counts. 1, 2, really slow. 3, 4, 5, ground the feet. 6, 7, we're standing. Good. Mountain pose, hands to heart center. Hip distance with the feet. Mountains should be active. You should feel your legs, feel your glutes. Big toes are pushing as much as they can. You don't normally stand pushing your big toes into the floor. So it shouldn't just be a passive stance. You should push those big toes into the floor. My glutes are active from my big toes activation. You're pushing energy up through the body. Bring those hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Open the eyes. Well done. We're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat in 1 or 2 steps. Let's take a nice big lunge. So bend into that front leg. Nice big stance. Make sure your knee is further back than your toes. Hands are still at the heart center. If you struggle with the balance, hold your hips. Then bring your left heel nice and high and then deepen into this bend to get this stretch down the left hamstring, left hip flexor. Activate your glutes, so squeeze those glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Open to warrior 2. So back heel comes in and down. You activate your feet. So you really squeeze your feet into the mat. You then take this nice deep bend. You can maybe do a little few pads if you need to. And then bring your hands parallel. Earth position. Strong warrior. Work those thighs. Draw energy up through the feet from the ground. Look through your middle front finger. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Straighten your front leg. Hands to hips. Good. Twist onto the toes of the back foot and then step to the top of the mat in 2 steps. Good. Inhale your arms to the sky, feet together. Exhale, forward fold down to the floor. Halfway lift, hands to shins, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold and bend your knees. Fingertips to the floor. Step your left foot to the back of the mat, drop your left knee to the floor. Squeeze your glute, your left glute, push your right big toe into the floor. Lift your arms to the sky, push those hips forward. Engage your core muscles, engage your left glute. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Start to sit the hips to the back of the mat as you straighten front leg and lift the right toes. Good. You might not be able to straighten the right leg. You might be here, that's enough. If you can, work towards stretching out that right leg. Do what you need to do with the arms and the hands. Lower your head towards your right knee. Nice big hamstring stretch, getting into the water element. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bend back into the right leg, ground through the right toes, and then bring your hands to the top of the mat and take your right knee to join your left. Good. Downward dog. Spread the fingertips wide, push the palms into the floor, take a downward dog. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath in, one more breath out. Look forward. Walk to the top of the mat, come to a forward fold once again. Feet hip distance, drop that head, push your big toes into the floor. Nice heavy neck, heavy head. Breathing in, breathing out. This time we take a count of 4 to come to standing. In 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Hands to heart center, activate the big toes, squeeze the glutes, mountain, big breath in, big breath out. Good. You keep your hands at heart center or you bring them to your hips and you step your right foot to the back of the mat in as many steps as you need. Then maybe you have to wiggle this front foot forward so that you can get a nice deep bend into this left leg. Lift again that back heel, so you're not trying to stretch through the back of the leg, pushing the heel down. You're trying to lift the heel to get a deeper bend and a more of a hip flexor stretch here. Squeeze those glutes, hold it, breathe in, arms to the sky. Hold it, breathe out. Ground through your left big toe. Inhale. Exhale. Open to warrior 2. So you open to the right. Your back heel comes in and straight out. 90 degrees with those feet. Nice deep bend, maybe a few bends into that left leg. Squeeze your glutes, activate the feet. Pull the energy up from the feet by pushing those big toes into the floor. Solid arms, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Lock your eyesight on that left middle finger. 3 breaths. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Straighten front leg, hands to hips. Start to turn towards the front, pick up the heel of the back foot, and then walk to the top of the mat with that back leg. Feet together, arms to the sky. Inhale, look to the hands. Exhale, forward fold to the floor. Halfway lift, hands to shins, straighten the arms, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, fingertips to the floor. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, drop your back knee. Good, hold it here. Push your left big toe into the floor, squeeze your right glute. You've got your back toe still tucked. Arms to the sky. Good, push those hips forward. Nice, make sure the knee is still further back than the left toes. Keep your right glute active. You've got to work here. Left big toe active. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hands come down towards the floor as you start to sit the hips backwards and straighten your front leg. Pick up the toes of the front foot and then lower your head towards your knee. Good. 2 breaths. Bend back into your left leg. Ground through the front leg, the front foot. Step left knee to join the right, so take it back. Take a child's pose, so knees wide, feet relax. Bum towards the heels, hands out straight, head to the floor. Good. Surrender into the child's pose. Breathe nice and deep. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Look forward. Downward dog. Spread those fingertips wide. Pad those paws, the palms into the floor. Lift those hips. 2 breaths in your downward dog. Water pose. Inhale. Exhale. Anything bothering you, gather it up in this big full inhale. And now let it go through the mouth, side out. Good. Look forward and walk to the top of the mat with the feet. We're going to stay in a forward fold. We'll take a little forward fold or drop your head. Try to look through your legs, not at the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come to standing in 3, in 2, in 1. Feet stay hip distance, arms to the sky. Big breath in. Hands to heart center. Exhale. Good. Again, if you've got your balance, keep your hands at the heart center, or you can keep your hands on your hips. We're going to come to a warrior 2. Left leg steps back. We rotate our hips to the left and we pull our back heel in and down. So we've got this left foot out. We then wiggle this right foot forward so that we can create a nice deep bend. If this is enough for you, so just this much of a bend in this leg, or you can come all the way down, you might have to wiggle those toes forward, and you can go more towards parallel to the floor with this inner thigh. Good, you've got 2 breaths. You can keep your hands to the heart center so that your shoulders are out to the left. Shoulders and hips are to the left, right knee is to the right, eyesight is forward to the top of the mat. 1 more breath. Good, straighten your front leg. Now here you might need to step your left foot in an inch or 2. So this left foot you can heel toe in. Activate your legs, so really push off the ground with the feet. Bring your hands parallel to the floor, straight legs, but try not to lock out this leg, so don't lock it out, soft bend. You're going to push your hips backwards, coming to triangle. So your right hand comes to your thigh or your shin, and your left hand reaches up towards the sky. You can look down at your right big toe, or you can look up to your left hand. Engage your core and your feet. 1 more breath. Good. Come all the way back up to standing. Try to really push off that leg. Nice. Bring your hands to hips and then turn back into a lunge. So lift your back heel. Take your hips to face the center and take a nice deep lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Step to the top of the mat in as many steps as you need. Feet back to hip distance. Mountain pose. Hands by the sides. Palms facing out. Chest open. Feel this grounding sensation. Strong, sturdy legs. Nice big activation in your feet. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. You've got it. Inhale. Exhale. Take the breaths. You need them. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. Open the eyes, hands to heart center. Remember, hands can stay on the hips. We take a step back with the right leg to the back of the mat, and we come straight to our warrior 2. So we open our hips to the right and we ground the back heel. We find the position of the feet by making sure the left knee is not further forward to the toes. And then we keep the hands at heart center in prayer or on the hips so that our shoulders and our hips are facing out. Our left knee is facing forward and we're looking over the left shoulder. Good. 1 more breath. Straighten front leg. Maybe bring the right foot in a little bit, so narrow your stance. Squeeze those feet into the floor with straight legs. Bring the arms parallel to the floor, and then sit the hips backwards and the left hand comes to the thigh or the shin. The left hand comes down to that leg. The right arm goes up to the sky. You can look to your right thumb or your left big toe. Good. Squeeze your feet. Your feet are your anchor here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Coming all the way back up. You can do it. Hands to hips. And then twist into a lunge. So turn onto the toes of the back foot. And then deepen that bend. Step to the top of the mat. And then come to mountain. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We're going to take a chair. So feet, not a physical chair, a yoga chair. Bring your feet together. So you want your heels slightly open here and your toes together, or roughly together. Then you're going to sit down onto that imaginary chair behind you. So you're not pushing your knees forward, you're sitting back. So your knees, you can still see your toes if you look down. Make sure you don't duck out this bum. Tuck and lengthen your body. So tuck your tailbone and sit it down. Hands can be at the heart center, or you can reach them up above your head. 2 breaths. 1 more. Forward fold, everyone. You can do it. Drop your head and relax. Good. We're going to come into another really grounding earth position, which is Malasana Yogi squat. So you're just going to bend your knees, and then you're going to separate your feet nice and wide. Bring your heels in and your toes out, and then you're going to lower your bum down. You might not be able to keep your heels down in this position, so just hold yourself up if your heels don't ground. Hands to heart center. Activate your core, activate your feet. Good. This is a very grounding posture. There's a lot of evidence in this posture, in most postures, but in this yoga posture, it has a very nourishing and nurturing foundation. It activates the pressure points in the feet. You're pushing your hands together, you're opening your hips, which releases tension from the nerve endings in the hips. And it opens your chest, so try not to round. It can be quite hard for some people. So try and open your chest. Maybe you just want to relax your hands, and that'll allow you to open your chest more. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, good. We're coming to sit down. So release and sit on the bum. And then extend your right leg out in front of you and bring your left foot in line with your right knee. Then just drop your left knee out to the side. So you might come onto the side of your left foot. Maybe you want to bring your left foot higher in up onto the thigh. Maybe it's happy where it is, just with this wider position. Now try and pull your sit bones back a little bit and then flex through your right foot. Good, so you're activating this right leg. I want you to then lift out of your body. So lift your arms if it helps you do that. Reach, 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 breathing in. And then exhale, we're going to take a forward fold, keeping the right foot flexed. Reach as far as you can go without rounding the back. So this way what happens is we round the back backwards and we drop the head further. Stay lengthening. You want to be leaning and pivoting from your lower back. Your lower back is the guideline to know how far you've gone. So watch, if you bring your hands onto your lower back, you can see how far you can go, right? So look, your spine is in line and then it starts to dip. So you can't go any further. So you stay up. Lead with your lower back. When you've found your forward fold max position, then just find somewhere for the hands and relax. Good. Well, it's an active pose, so not too much of a relaxation. Good. Keep that right foot flexed. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come all the way up. Good. We're going to do the other side. So straighten out your left leg. Bring your right foot in line with your knee and drop the right knee out to the right. Flex through that left foot so you get this activation. Lengthen all the way up through the arms, through the torso. Big breath in. And then again, let's start to forward fold using the lower back as the lever. Once you get to your stopping point, bring those hands down wherever you need to. Try to keep that left leg active. You've got quite a few breaths here. So focus on the breathing. Try not to just sort of forget about it. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Slowly coming up. Very nice. We're going to come to lie on our backs with our knees bent. So kind of like how we started. So you ground your feet, your knees are bent, bring your bum into the center of your mat, and then come to lie all the way flat onto the floor. Good. Bring your heels closer to your bum. So we really want to get energy drawing up from the feet. So this is where we're going to take our bridges, and maybe you have the choice for a one-legged bridge. So bring your fingertips by your heels. Make sure your feet are hip distance and your knees are above your ankles. When you're ready, lift up into a bridge. So lift up the hips, really push your feet into the floor.
Make sure your knees don't come in or out. You want your knees above your ankles. Activate your big toes for me. Squeeze your glutes. Big breath in. Exhale, come down. And again, inhale, lift. Hold, exhale. Hold, inhale. Exhale, come down. Good. Here you're going to have the option for a one-legged bridge, so we're going to lift one leg into the air. If that's too much for you and you find that your back starts to dip like this, so it starts to do this when we lift the leg up, then just keep in bridge, okay? So if you find when we lift the leg up in a minute, you do this, and you start to find a curve in your lower back, then just do your normal standard bridge. Okay, so our bums are on the floor, feet are hip distance. Fingertips by those heels. Inhale, lift up, squeeze those glutes. Hold it, exhale. Good. Now keeping those hips in line, so try not to dip the right or the left side. Keep your hips in line. Squeeze your glutes and then extend your right leg above you, so up in the air. You can do it. Really squeeze that left big toe into the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot down. Lift those hips higher. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Good. Take a resting breath. Inhale. Exhale. And again, let's take another. Good. Lengthen your neck, so make sure you're sort of not lifting your chin too high. Lengthen your neck. Hands come back towards the heels, and then lift that bum back up to the sky. Squeeze those glutes. Find that really solid foundation in the legs. Keeping those hips in line again. Activate your right foot. Push it as much as you can into the floor. And then if you're taking the one-legged option, extend that left leg up. Remember, if you're not doing it, you're just holding your bridge and squeezing your glutes. Keep squeezing that right foot into the floor. 2 more breaths. Good. Keep the hips lifted. Bring the left foot down. Lift the hips higher. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Good. All right. Extend both legs up to the ceiling. So nice big stretch through those hamstrings. Flex through the heels. Big stretch through those hamstrings. Hands can be on the thighs or just by the sides. Flex, flex, flex. Good. Now this should be quite an active position. This should be quite hard for your thighs. So you've got your feet hip distance, your legs above your legs up in the air, so your feet are kind of above your hips. Flex the feet as much as you can. Your legs might even be shaking. You've got to get energy in those legs. Active thighs by keeping the feet flexed. 2 more breaths. Good. Now point the toes to release any tension from the ankles, and then make circles with the feet, and then change direction. Keep changing directions, just making circles with the feet. Good, and then squeeze the knees into the chest. Take a little hug, so bring the legs in by using the arms. Take a little rock from side to side. Very good. Now bring the feet back down to the floor with the knees bent. Nice. Extend your right leg up to the sky, and then cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Drop your right knee out to the side. And then lift up your left knee, so float it in towards you so your left foot is off. So you've got this figure of 4 position. You want to make sure your feet are flexed, and make sure this left heel doesn't drop towards the bum. Try to keep your left leg at a 90-degree angle and flex both feet by pushing your right knee out towards the right. Take your hands behind your left thigh and pull that left leg towards you. Get more of a stretch in that right glute. Maybe you can use your right elbow to keep pushing out that right knee. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Very nice. Release the hands and then place the left foot down. Extend right leg up into the air. Flex the foot. Nice straight right leg. And then bring it back down. Bent knee. Good. Left leg extends up into the air. Flex the foot. Then cross the left ankle onto the right knee. Drop out the left knee to the side. Don't rush this position. Your right foot's still on the floor. Then you're going to swing up that right knee in towards you as you float the right foot off. And you flex both feet, keeping the right leg at a 90-degree angle. Hands behind that right thigh. And then pull it towards you to get more of a glute med stretch. Keep those feet flexed. It should be quite a bit of an effort to keep that right foot from dropping to the right glute. Good, and release the hands, release the foot down. Left leg to the sky, flex it up. Flex it up. Good, and bring it down. Very nice. All right, bring your feet together, so soles of the feet together, knees drop out. One to the right, left to the left. Butterfly position. Good. Take your arms into cactus, so hands above the head, palms facing up with the arms at 90-degree angles. Good. Make sure your chin is tucked towards your chest so your neck is lengthened. And then push your big toes together. So feet are now active. Push the big toes together, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And again, big breath in. Big breath out. Good. And then from here, bring your hands onto your belly. And then straighten out your legs along your mat and come into your Shavasana. So let your legs be outstretched, your feet drop to either side. Bring your hands by your sides with your palms facing up. Lick your lips. Close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in through the nose together. And then open the mouth, let all the air out. Good, you can do one more of those if it feels good. And then after that, let your breath be natural. No effort in the breath, no effort in the body now. Everything is about balance, right? So it's moving in the body, it's focusing the breath, and then it's finding this time to relax and recoup. So close the eyes. Give yourself a break from all this buzzing external stimulation, the way the light and the objects can have an effect on the brain. So close the eyes. Notice any last minute fidgets, any change in pressure in the air or temperature can allow us to kind of itch or fidget. So try to just ignore it. That is just your nervous system picking up the differences in temperature. Try to ignore it. Allow your body to open and surrender here. Allow yourself to just give in to this stillness. Let yourself take these last few precious moments just to yourself. Be still. Be quiet. If your mind starts to wander, just re-pick up that list of all the things that you're grateful for. Try to remember them. See if you can remember them from earlier, from the beginning of the class. Maybe you can find a few more. Maybe you forget some and you have to go searching. And again, another friendly reminder, are you respectful to yourself at the moment? Do you respect the boundaries that you should be keeping for yourself? Do you respect your body in the way that you believe it deserves? Everything is in balance. That doesn't mean we need to go to the nth degree or change everything we're doing. It's just step by step. Acceptance, reality, realistic. When you're ready, you can roll to your right hand side. Take a few moments there, about 5 seconds or so on your right hand side with your eyes closed. And then when you're ready, come back up to sit in some form of comfortable seat and re-close down your eyes.
And bring your hands to prayer position at the heart center. A reminder, this is Anjali Mudra, the power and potency of prayer and intention. The belief that you have everything that you need, you are where you are and where you need to be. You have many qualities in yourself internally that you should be grateful for, and respect that they're yours, they're things that you own and can give to yourself. Taking a deep breath in and then exhale, bowing down, namaste. Well done, everybody. Welcome back to Elemental Yoga Therapy. I realised I forgot to say any regulars. Sorry, I was moving house last week, so I couldn't teach, so there was a replacement slow flow. So because obviously this is a specific elemental therapy class. So if you enjoyed, give me some feedback. Maybe write in the chat that you were doing it. If you'd like to reach out and do more with me, social media is deep.tide, and website is deeptide.co.uk. If not, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and I will see you next week. Oh, so nice to see you again. I really need to learn it to get your name right. It could be Aine, could be Ein, could be Ain. I want to go Aine. Beautiful name either way. Good to see you again. Anyone else out there? Lots of love.